Good morning, everyone. It's Rose Coleman coming to you live from my craft room here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. How are you doing today? I'm super excited about this card. This one's a really pretty one. I learned this card technique from Rhonda Wade. You guys hear me talk about Rhonda's training program all the time. I love being a part of her Creating Success program. And she recently had an online convention that focused on the Mini Catalogue. So we got to play with some new bundles and make some new projects. Good morning, Diane. Good morning, everybody that's popping in. So with this, it was focused on this mini, right? The new mini that's, well, it was new in January. We're still into it, and there's so many amazing bundles in here. Hi, Joy. Hello, Margaret. Good morning. Hi, Kathy. Thank you for being here. So Rhonda has a team of people on her Creating Success team that design and come up with ideas. And I am always giddy with excitement about her creative conventions. And when you're a part of her Creating Success program, if you're in the VIP, if you pay it a little extra and be in the VIP section portion of her training, you get all of these online creative conventions for free. But you don't have to. You can also just purchase them one at a time, right? And I just love being a part of it. It's super exciting. And if you want any information about Rhonda's program, I am an affiliate for her. She asked me to be an affiliate for her program because I talk about her all the time. I mean, she changed the course of my business. In 2009, when I joined her program, she turned my business completely around. And I am so grateful for her amazing business mind and her heart. Her heart is in her business. So I'm grateful for her. And I truly speak from my heart what she's done for me and helped me. So that's why I want to share that with you. That's where this card came from. So I'm going to show you this card today, exactly how Rhonda taught us. It was a mystery card that she made, and she did a little video on her with her making this card, and I actually absolutely loved how she did it. But there's lots of different color combinations. You can change it up. You can use different paper, different cardstock, different designer series paper. Hi, Marie from Calgary. Hello, everybody. Hi, Tony. Good morning. Kathy from Illinois. Hello. Thank you for sharing, Tony. I appreciate that. Hi, Ethel. Good morning to you. Hi, Sophia Marie. Good morning. Good morning. So I want to share this card because it is super pretty and it shows a lot of the parts of the Lighter Than Air suite. So Lighter Than Air is the name of the suite I'm featuring, but I'm actually featuring the bundle called Hot Air Balloon. So to do my cards, if you place a minimum $60 order with me this week using my host code when I flip my camera, to do my cards, you're going to need to have the Hot Air Balloon bundle. Okay, so I'm going to give you all the pieces for your die cutting. You're going to need the stamps to be able to stamp your card. You can use stamps, you can substitute and use what you have at home, but I think you're really going to want the hot air balloons. It's going to be kind of hard to stamp the hot air balloon if you don't have a hot air balloon stamp, right? You could draw it with a marker, I guess. Lots of different creative options. But let's flip the camera and get started. I'm super excited to share this card with you. It's super pretty. All right, here we go. We're going to flip the camera. Hi, Sherry from Murphy, NC. So that's North Carolina. I think that's right. All right, here we go. Flipping. And yes, okay. There's my snowy backyard. We won't look at that. We'll pretend it's not snowy. Let's look at hot air balloons, which usually are, you ride a hot air balloon on a sunny day, right? A nice, sunny, not crazy, windy day. I grew up in Newfoundland, and I can honestly tell you I never saw a hot air balloon in Newfoundland because they have pretty much gale force winds on a regular basis. So, but here in Calgary, I've seen many hot air balloons in the summertime on a nice, beautiful day. And in fact, one of my friends, I think her dad runs a company for hot air balloons. So super exciting. I don't know if I'd have the nerve. Have you? I've seen some of your comments that you guys have been up in a hot air balloon. Kudos to you. I'm not sure I have that kind of courage. Maybe I would. I mean, I'm sure they do lots and lots for safety, and they have to have their, dot their I's and cross their T's when it comes to public safety. But maybe I will go up in a hot air balloon, and then I will do a scrapbook page and I'll have all the products to do it. right? It's all about the scrapbooking. Okay, let's get started. Lighter than air. The suite number is 162761. You're going to want the entire suite because everything coordinates so nicely together. All right, so what we're bringing in today, we're going to bring in a piece. Let me move my catalog out of the way. I have a bunch of pieces on my desk here. So we're having snow, France says. Ooh. I hope it's not coming down too bad. I know you're in the mountains in Golden. Snow, snow, snow. Well, we have snow on the ground and it's just kind of like overcast and maybe just a little bit snowing here in Calgary. Okay, so here I have the beautiful bubble bath. This is a color that came out last year in the spring of 2023 with our color refresh, right? Stampin' Up's color refresh. So I've cut this down the long end at 4 1/4 by 11. We're going to do some cutting and scoring. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. So we're going to just score it in the middle, start off really simple. We're going to score it at 5 1/2. Okay, so boom, like that. And then we're going to take the trimmer and we're going to cut using the cutting blade. We're going to cut at 1 1/2 inches right here. Okay, we'll cut that piece off. You want to hold on to that piece. We're going to use it on our card. Then we're going to put the end over to the 1 3/4 inch mark, like that. And we're going to cut that off. Now this is going to be scrap. We're not going to use it on the card. So hold on to it, put it in your scrap bin. You can use it for another project. Okay, so that's our card base. I also have some designer series paper here. The beautiful lighter than air 6x6. Let me share with you what I have. I'm using the balmy blue, no, sorry, all the bees. It's bubble bath. The bubble bath pattern, this one right here with the arrows. And this piece here measures 2 by 4. And this piece down here, right here, measures 1 1/4 inches for the bottom. I also have a piece of vellum cardstock. I love vellum. It's so soft and beautiful on a card. And this one is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, so that's going to go across our card. So let's put all these, and I also have a piece of basic white, 4 by 5 1/4, and I have a piece of a matching DSP to go on here. So these are my pieces. Now don't worry, all of this will be in the PDF. If you purchase with me using this host code this week, all of this will come. You're going to get a video link to all the videos that I'm doing this week, and you'll be able to sit down with your package and make these at your leisure. Okay, let's grab my bone folder, and we're going to just reinforce the top score line. Now this piece of the bubble bath that I chopped off the bottom is going to go down here. So we're going to put that smaller piece of DSP right on here like this as a layer. So let's grab my glue and we'll glue that in place. There's the lemon lolly on the background. Okay, so we're going to use, this is all about the bubble bath. I love, love, love this color. Okay, so this is going on here. And then we're going to bring in the vellum. So the vellum is going to be in the window, in the middle section of our card. So the best way to do this is to take your vellum piece. We're going to add a little bit of glue to the bottom, like this, just a little thin line. You don't want to make it too messy with the glue. Just a thin line at the top. And then I'm going to go ahead and just put the bottom piece on the vellum like this. See that? I'm just attaching the bottom piece to the vellum. Then I'm going to bring the card in and open it up. This piece is going to be on the front. Now I want to make sure that it lines up flush with the bottom down here. So I'm just laying it on top. And then when I've got that the way I want it, then I'm going to just lower down this top flap like this. And then press into place just to get that secure like that. Okay, so that's going to be the front of my card. Isn't that fun? I love it. Okay, so now this piece of DSP is going to go up here. Now let's make sure your arrows are pointing the same way. Okay, so that's going up here, but before I secure it, I'm going to add some ribbon. Now, in the annual catalog, don't forget about the annual catalog because it has some amazing things. And one of the things in the annual catalog that you can get to coordinate with your lighter than air suite is this 3 8-inch sheer ribbon combo pack. Look at this beautiful ribbon combo. You get all three colors. And guess what? All 3 colors are featured in the lighter than air 6x6 paper. We have a Zero Afternoon, Lemon Lolly, and Bubble Bath. So I'm going to bring in the Bubble Bath. So see, I've numbered, I went ahead and wrote this on my ribbon so that I knew there's like 1 of 2, 1 of 3, 2 of 3, and 3 of 3, just to keep it organized. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my Bubble Bath ribbon, and I'm going to wrap that around my DSP. So let me grab my tear and tape. I learned this little trick from my good friend, Christine Bertram. You guys know, if you're from the States, Christine is my partner. We do 2 classes together every month. We do our technique club. She takes care of the American ladies. I take care of the Canadian ladies. And we also do a suite class where she chooses a suite, S-U-I-T-E, and she designs the cards for the suite. And we trade that class, and we do both of them with both countries. So it's a phenomenal partnership. I really, really enjoy that with Christine. So she likes to do this. This is what she does. She puts tear and tape there, and then she also takes, I love how she does this. She takes her tear and tape and she tears off little pieces and puts them on her thumb. So she's ready to go. So we're going to use 1 piece of tear and tape to secure the ribbon and go across the front and come around the back. Press that down and then snip your ends. And then this is what I learned from Christine, is that you take your second piece of tear and tape and put it on the top, and that just makes it makes you more insured that your card is not going to fall apart and your ribbon's not going to be popping out. There's nothing any worse than making a card and having a nice layer of ribbon and then it wiggles its way out from the background. Have you ever had that happen? I've had it happen, and it's so frustrating because you can't get back there to fix it, right? There's no fixing it unless you tear it apart, or it's not easy to fix anyway, put it that way. Okay, so this ribbon and the DSP are going to go right up here. I'm going to anchor this down because I'm going to do a faux bow, but I find it easier to do faux bows once my cardstock is secure in place because it's stationary and it's easier to tie. So now we're going to cut a little piece, probably 3.5 to 4 inches. And we're going to, let's put the lid on my glue. We're going to slip that underneath. So you notice I didn't put any glue under the ribbon on the front. And that was on purpose so that I could slip that ribbon underneath. And then just come in here and we're just going to tie a little knot. And this is my favorite faux bow. It's a faux bow. So it's like making a bow, and you know, it's easier. I find it easier because you don't use a ton of ribbon. You're just using your strip across the front and then a second piece to tie your knot, and then it comes out looking like a bow. The other great thing about a faux bow is you can move it. So if you're like, oh, I don't know if I want it on the left, or maybe I want it over here on the right, you can slide it back and forth until you're happy with where it is. I'm going to leave mine over here on the left side. And now that I'm happy with where it is, I'm going to tighten it a little bit. And then you can bring in your scissors and then just give it a quick snip on the ends, make them even. And I think, maybe a little tiny bit on this side. Boom. Okay, so there's my bow. There's my ribbon. I love it. So, okay, we got the front of the card going on here. Now, I'm going to bring in our stamps and dies. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so the dies, you get a set of 16 dies. And it's a photopolymer stamp set. So one of the beautiful things about photopolymer is you can stamp after you cut. So here I have my silicone mat. I've already cut out my balloon shape that we're using this die right here out of basic white. I've cut out this awesome, I'm holding it close so you can see the stitches. This is an awesome label die. I love it. And then I've done this one right here as a background, and then I've done the detailed decorative piece, and you guessed it, I got adhesive sheet on the back of that so we don't have to worry about getting glue on those skinny little pieces. So when you order this week with me using that host code, you're going to get a piece of bubble bath with adhesive on the back, so you'll be able to use your dies and run it through. A little tip about this though, it is a very detailed die, right? You got all those little tiny holes and little scallops. I would go forward and back on my machine just to make sure you get all those little cuts. And plus you're also cutting through cardstock and your adhesive sheet, so you want to give it a little extra attention through your machine there. Okay, so I've got this on my silicone mat, and now what we're going to do is we're going to bring in that matching balloon stamp, and we've got our bubble bath ink pad. We're gonna ink up our balloon. So tap, tap, tap on my bubble bath, and then we're just gonna hover over this white, basic white cardstock and stamp that down. Love using my silicone mat as a background. A lot of you have asked me, what's that gray mat that you're using? It's called the silicone mat. It's in the catalog, guys. You want to grab this. This is an amazing little tool you can have in your craft room, and glue just wipes right off of it. Even hot glue, you can go ahead and like do little teardrops of hot glue or use your hot glue, and once you're done, you can pull the pieces of glue off. It's amazing. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take the decorative die, and we're going to put that on top of this designer series paper background. Look how pretty that looks together. And then we're going to flip that over, add some glue like that. And that's going to go in the middle of our hot air balloon. This is the decorative piece of our hot air balloon. So we'll go ahead, we're going to lay that across the middle. Look how pretty that is. Love it. Oh my gosh. And then we're going to take this die, and this is our little basket. Whoop, make sure that stays put. Stay put. All right. So then we're going to take our little basket. I've already peeled off the adhesive backing, and we're going to just put that at the bottom here. So we'll have the little basket hanging out the bottom of our hot air balloon. And then you can just press that down. Make sure it's not crooked. I'm just trying to maneuver it here. Okay, so tap that down. Boom. Okay, so we've got a hot air balloon. So flip it around. I'm going to bring in my dimensionals now, and I'm going to use one down here and a couple up here. Oh, actually, no. You know what I'm going to do? This hot air balloon is going to sit, I'm just thinking about where it's going to be because I don't want it to show through the vellum. So it's going to sit right here. So you have a couple of options here. You can put your dimensional, I'm going to put it right there, and let's peel this one off. You can peel them off. Okay, so this one's going to go, let's do the top one first. So this one is going to go like this. And then down here, I got a little sliver. So let's put this one back on my sheet, and I'm going to take this one, I'm going to snip it. You can actually make it smaller, right? You just need a little tiny piece, and I'm going to put that right there and then lower down my balloon onto that dimensional. There we go. So then from the back, when the recipient opens it, they won't see any adhesive or any dimensionals or anything. So there we have that. Now we need to do our greeting. So here's our label die. Love this die. And we're going to stamp Wish Big using Memento. All right, so tap, 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 and we're going to stamp that. Make sure you get it nice and juicy, and stamp that right in the middle. Look at that. You can whip up a bunch of these cards in no time by having your die cuts ready to go, right? I love it. Okay, so this is going to sit on the front of the card like this. This is how Rhonda did hers, and I love it. I just think it's so fun and whimsical, and I'm going to put a dimensional on this end of the die, and then I'm just going to put it across the balloon, and I'm just going to add liquid glue to the other end of this die cut. Okay, so we're going to go like this. Wish big as you float up into the sky. Look how pretty that is. So let's open the card, and I don't have any adhesive showing, so that's good. I've accomplished that goal. Now the inside is going to be a basic white layer, so I'm going to go ahead. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, yes, we're going to go ahead and glue it down. So I'm going to add my glue to my basic white piece, just a little fine line of glue here, and we're going to put that on the inside. And let's see. So this is going to go inside like this. Now I have another piece of the designer series paper that I want to put behind the window. Okay. So let's see, we've got, yes. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I'm going to put my glue like this. I don't want it to be glued to the window. I want it to be glued to the white, but in order to get to determine where I need to place it, I'm going to lay it up here. Then I'm going to bring in my glue. I'm going to add it. Come on, glue. I'm going to add it to the edges of my DSP, and there. So place your DSP where you want it, right? And then guess what? We're just going to take the bottom of the card and we're going to make sure it's straight, and we're just going to gently close the card without it moving. Okay, stay put. Stay put. I don't want it to be crooked. I don't want it to be straight. So hold that down. Hold your breath. Press it down and flip it over, and there you can see those beautiful diamonds shining through the vellum. Isn't that fun? So then when I open it, I've got somewhere to sign and do a greeting on the top and the bottom, and this is perfectly positioned in the window of the vellum. Isn't that, oh, I just love it. I love, love, love it. I have seen these cards done before, but people use window sheets here. But the vellum is such a soft, you know, touch to this card. So I love, love, love this card. I had to recreate it exactly the way Rhonda taught us, and I'm so impressed with this card. Whoops. Okay, so I'm bringing back my memento from the stamp set. We've got Wish Big on the front. The inside can say, up, up, and away, hooray, it's your birthday. That's perfect. That's the perfect greeting for the inside of my card. So let's open this one up, and you can choose to put it on the top or the bottom. I'm going to put my greeting up top, and then I can sign the bottom. Up, up, and away, hooray, it's your birthday. And there we have it, my friends. I have used the ribbon on this one, but now you could bring in your bling if you want to. Do you guys like this one? Thank you, Krista. I'm making you want this suite also. This suite is so beautiful. I mean, I'm just so impressed with it. And I agree, the vellum does make it look very soft. Now, there are so many different color combinations you could do with the designer series paper that comes in this suite. Let me bring the patterns in and show you, because you can, I'm just reaching, sorry guys. I have them all on my desk here. So you could make this lemon lolly, you could make this balmy blue, make it a masculine card. You could do petal pink. You can pull in different patterns from the paper. I'm just showing you here on the bottom. Now on Monday, of course, I went through all the sheets and showed you, but this is the beautiful array of colors that are in this collection. And you can, and then, you know, go, if you're trying to get your purchase, or maybe you're choosing the things that go in your starter kit, go over to the annual catalog and get a package of this ribbon, because it's going to match. It's going to match, you guys. Now, the suite you're going to get, if you buy the entire suite, you're going to get the stamps, the dies, the entire bundle. You're going to get the paper. You're going to get this baker's twine, which also matches, right? The 3-colored baker twine. And you're going to get, I call them candy. You're going to get these as well. So this is included in the suite, but I really think you need to head over to the annual catalog and add this onto your order, because it matches so perfectly. Oh my goodness. So thank you. Kudos to Rhonda Wade and her Creating Success group for teaching me this card. And then I was able to join you today here and show you. So there we have it, my friends. I love, love, love this card too. And I'm going to flip you back around. And when you have, whoops, when you have your die cuts all done, it's so easy to do that, right? Grab your stamps and just like stamp the balloon, stamp the greeting, right? It just makes it for a fun experience to be prepared with your supplies, right? So when you're cutting, I'm a firm believer in doing things in batches, right? So if I am stamping, I'm stamping. If I'm die cutting, I'm doing my die cutting. And that's how I do like mass production when I do Christmas cards, or I do if a bunch of birthday cards, or if I'm swapping with my team, because we do a monthly swap, I usually cut all my card bases, then cut all my DSP. Anybody else do that? You've seen me on videos when I have multiple pieces to glue, I lay them all out and I put glue on everything, right? Because if the glue is flowing, you might as well keep it in a horizontal or a vertical position and keep gluing, right? Keep gluing. And then, anyway, I'd love to know what your tips are on mass producing. You do that all the time too, Tony, when you're mass producing? I think we all do, right? If you have a big project you're working on, you're like, how can I make my time be more efficient, right? Use my time more efficiently. So I'd love to see what you make with this hot air balloon bundle and the entire Lighter Than Air suite. It's a fantastic one to add to your collection because I think this is going to be a classic. We've had a hot air balloons. I've been a demonstrator for 21 years. We have had hot air balloons in the past, but never as beautiful as this one with the details, the paper, the twine, and the gems. I think they knocked it out of the park with this one. So, yes, Margaret, this will be in a PDF for my people that purchase the bundle this week with me. I do it's not an instructional PDF. My video here is my instruction. My PDFs will include the supplies that I use, the measurements, and the little QR code that you can scan the video. So if you print that off, you'll be able to grab your kits. And so if you live in Canada, you can grab your kits and you can watch my video from the QR code. You just scan it with your phone and my video will pop up. So if you're in Canada, head over to my online store, use the host code, place your minimum $60 order, and these kits, I prepare them on Monday, and then I move on to a new product of the week, right? So you can only get these kits this week. It's way too much work for me to pull everything out 2 weeks from now if you're watching this video and you're like, oh, I missed your hot air balloon. I do prepare on Mondays after the week that I have featured a bundle. So like this past Monday, my friend and I, we kitted up all of the perennial lavender kits, and they went out, and then the email will be going out to everybody who purchased last week. They will get those PDF with the supplies and measurements and the QR codes for all of the videos. So I hope that helps. Thank you, everyone. I wish you a great rest of your Thursday. Stay warm if you're in, I don't know where, Canada. In Calgary anyway, it's chilly. So stay warm and happy stamping. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Remember, I'm a little early tomorrow, an hour earlier at 8 a.m. Mountain Time for my Fun Fold Friday card. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.